Hello, everyone, and welcome again to another episode of the Ask PK podcast. I'm here with Pastor Keith, and we are going to get straight into it. Today, Pastor Keith, very simple but very general question. What does the Bible have to say about lying?
Yeah, it is a very common question. The Bible obviously says wrong, and I think the problem is people do not realize how serious lying is. Bible is categorically saying it is wrong, because if you go back to the original account in Genesis, in the fall of a human being, it began with a lie.
Right.
You shall not die, and that's why Jesus even says, Satan is father of lies. It's very interesting. It's not father of violence, death, or anything else, but he says father of lies. And Jesus also presents himself, I'm the way, the truth, and the life.
Right.
And Bible always, even in Ten Commandments, thou shalt not false witness against your neighbor, lie. Lying is a very serious matter, and it has become more so in our current day because so when we went through the industrial age, when we are producing goods, and that becomes the main source or commodity of economics and everything else, when the faulty product is made, then they know immediately and they reject that. We are in an information age now, and because the most important commodity in our relationship and commerce and economy, everything else is information. And when you mess with this information, with the fake news and everything else, then we are undermining the fundamental fabric of our society. Therefore, lying more than anything else in current time is more serious and has a more far-reaching, impact in our life and society. And especially if the policy or geopolitics or even economy is based on a lie, then we are walking into an incredibly difficult time, which we have already begun. Now they are politicizing the science. So there's a different discoveries in science and the competing theories. And if you put down one in favor of one political bent, then it's disservicing the whole community of people, whether it be about COVID or weather related or whatever else, geopolitics. If they suppress one truth and to exaggerate another piece of truth, that is a lie too. And so in our time, more than ever before, social media and all that is filled with inferior data points, drawing a lying, a false assumption rather than objective and truth.
Right.
And therefore, we are walking into a very serious problem. And so this is not only macro scale, in personal scale, a lot of people, because of that, they have a very loose relationship with truth. They don't appreciate truth. And they feel like truth is everywhere. They can pick and choose. And this is a typical postmodern mentality. But there is an absolute truth.
Right.
And that is God and His words. And when you move away from that and fill that with a lie, then everything becomes unhinged. So for Christians, speaking the truth is very important. And of course, Bible says speak the truth in love. How we communicate the truth is very important. So in this day and age, we are asked to use certain pronoun against what we observe or physically endowed with and all that. That is a lie too. And so we are living in a lie and on top of lie and all that. And so it is it is really disheartening to see whole generation so confused about truth and lie. And because at the end of the day, we have to stand before God and give that truth report,
Right.
not based on lies. So more than anything in our time, the wisdom and discernment is absolutely needed, and that we need to be anchored in the truth of the Scripture, and as even against what the world is saying collectively. And that's been the battle for Christians since its inception.
Right.
Right, and so I think hopefully modern Christians are more cognizant of our heritage, our battle, and our identity, and that we are not confused about truth and lie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Thank you, Pastor Keith. I think
Right.
that was very helpful. Like, there's so many things in our culture where we seem to allow half truths or white lies, and we're like, oh, it's okay. It's not that bad. But, there is an absolute standard, and we have to have integrity and stand for that as Christians.
Sure.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
thank you, Pastor Keith, and thank you for tuning in. We hope to see you at the next episode.